Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video we are gonna talk about mass and weight. We are gonna get familiar with their concept and their definition, and finally we are going to learn how to convert those parameters to each other. Okay, without wasting any more time, let's jump into today's lesson. We are going to start with the definitions, and the first definition that we are going to learn is the definition of mass. We can define mass as the amount of matter in an object, or how much matter something has. In other words, we can say that mass totally depends on number of atoms and molecules, and of course type of them, and the unit of mass, as you definitely know, is gram and kilogram. If you assume that the mass of person on the earth is equal to 60 kilogram, if we assume that we are able to send her in another planet, or for example we are able to send her to the moon, the mass of that person on the moon is not going to change and it's going to remain constant, which is equal to 60 kilogram. If we ignore the possible reactions that may happen, and if we send her to another planet such as Mars, again the mass would remain constant and it would be equal to 60 kilogram. The second definition that we have here is the definition of weight. We can define weight as a downward force which is created by gravity. So we can easily realize based on this definition that weight totally depends on the gravity, and the value of that is going to change with changing gravity, and the unit of weight, because it is a force, is Newton. So if we have a person on the earth and the weight of that person is equal to 500 Newton, if that person goes to the moon, the gravity is going to change, the gravity is going to decrease, so weight is going to change and it's going to decrease. And of course, if she travels to the Mars, the weight is going to change. So we can realize whenever the gravity changes, the weight is going to change as well. So next time when a person asks you what is your weight or how much do you weigh, you must keep it in your mind and you can easily answer that, for example 45 kilogram. But you must keep it in your mind that both of you are talking about mass and not weight, and it is a common mistake. Okay, how are we able to convert mass and weight to each other? We are gonna get help from a simple formula. W is equal to m times g. In this formula, W stands for weight, and the unit of that is Newton. M stands for mass, the unit of that is kilogram, and G is gravitational field strength, and the unit of that is Newton per kilogram. And as you definitely know, the value of G on the earth is equal to 9.81 Newton per kilogram. If the question says you can assume that the value of G on the earth is equal to 10 Newton per kilogram. But this is not the only formula that you need to apply or you need to use, because the question is not going to ask you all the time find the weight. It may ask you find the mass. And what would you do in that case? You can easily change the subject of the formula. How? I'm gonna rewrite the formula again. Let me change the color. I'm gonna write the main formula. I know that W is equal to M times G. I want to rewrite this formula based on M. What should I do? Here in the second side, G is extra term, so I need to eliminate that. How? By dividing this side by G. And if I do one operation on one side, I must do exactly the same with the second side. So I'm gonna do that here. So if I do that, these two terms are going to cancel each other out, and if I flip the size, I'm gonna have M is equal to W over G. And sometimes the question may ask me find the value of gravitational field strength. In that case, I'm gonna rewrite the main formula again, mg. This time I need to rewrite this formula based on G, so I'm gonna divide both sides by M because M is extra in the second side. These two terms are going to cancel each other out, and G is gonna be equal to W over M. Really easy. So you need to memorize the main formula, and if it was necessary, you can rewrite it based on other terms. Look at these examples that we have here. In the first example, we have the mass of the person. It is 20 kilogram, and we know that this person is on the earth. When this is on the earth, it means the gravitational field strength is equal to 9.81. But here I tell you that you can assume that G is equal to 10. The question expects me to find the weight. So when I want to find the weight, I need to get help from the main formula, M times G. What is the value of M? It is 20. What is the value of G? It is 10. If I multiply that, it would be 200. And because this is weight, the unit of that is going to be Newton. Look at the second example. This time we are talking about the moon. We are on the moon. So the gravity, the question gave us, it's 1.6. Again, I'm going to write the main formula, M times G. And M is 35 times 1.6. If I do this multiplication, the answer would be 56. And the unit of that is Newton. Look at the next example. Here again, I want to find the weight. The person is on the Jupiter, and the mass of that person is 35. He's really skinny. So W is equal to M times G. M is 35 and G is 20. If we multiply them, the answer would be 700 newtons. Really easy. Look at the next example. It's exactly like the previous ones. W is equal to M times G. M is 120. G, because we are on the earth, the G is 9.81. But as I told you, you can assume that this is 10. Here the answer is going to be 1200 newtons. Really easy. Look at these examples. These ones are a little bit different from previous ones. Here we are on the moon. We have the value of G. And we have the weight, and we want to find the mass. So we need to use another formula. Which formula? M is equal to W over G. Or you can write the main formula and change the subject. It's totally up to you. So 320 over 1.6. It's going to be 200 because we are talking about mass and we have gravity based on Newton per kilogram. The unit of that is going to be kilograms, 200 kilograms. And the next one, again, M is equal to W over G. I have W, 800, and I have G on the Jupiter, it is 20. So it's going to be 40 kilogram. And the next example, I want to find M is equal to W over G. So, I'm sorry, let me separate this part. 720 over 10, we are on the earth, it's gonna be 72 kilogram. Let me again separate this part. We want the mass, W over G, 48 over 1.6, it's gonna be 30 kilogram. I expect you to know how to do this division. Here you can find more examples, and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, please feel free and write it in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.